beautiful guest is Akinloshe Favor Komile, and she is a graduate of the prestigious University Ahmedu Bello University Zaria, and she studied I think yes, insurance. You see, all of the ladies on that rich people. Okay, so let me read it. So Akinloshe Favor is a personal finance strategist and coach with a passion for financial empowerment and strategic wealth management. She currently works at a financial institution where she applies her exercise in financial planning, risk management, and wealth building strategies to help individuals and businesses achieve financial stability. It is important. Who doesn't want to build a financial stability? Actually, if you are a person that read, or a lady that has read The Smart Money Woman, you know that it's very, very important for you to build a financial stability. You need to have something. You must save something. Don't be like Waziri or Zuri and her friends. So it is important. Everything is not for oble and then for 30 December. People you must what save. And also, Akinloshe Favor is a spiritual life coach, and she has successfully guided over 150 individuals concerning and regarding these finances and savings. So it is important for you to know that this person that you have brought is not anyhow kind of girl that just wants to start talking but no, she has experience and she has guided over 150 individuals regarding savings. Money is very, very important, either as a male or a female. It is very, very important for you to save, even if it's 50 naira every day, save. So she's here to to teach us and guide us on how to, especially, I know this is for coming back, but then anybody or whoever is listening, you're a 9-to-5 worker or a business person, it is important for you and mandatory for you to save. So let us go right to the questions, because I know that everybody joining really wants to watch and I also know that they have questions to ask. So let us go straight to the question. So it says, okay, the first question is, can you share a bit about your journey into finance and what inspired you to focus on financial empowerment? I mean, what inspired you? Yes, what was inspiration? Please, we want to know. Yes, I hope we all can hear you.
The story is plain actually, but then I remember when I was young, I was in primary school then. So before getting to school, I would pass through like 3 to 4 banks, and what attracted me to banking actually was their dressing. You see how they are all dressed up, and I'm like, I'll tell my mom I want to become this, and it seems like good actually, and I actually loved mathematics then. So I wanted to read mathematics in university, but then I didn't like chemistry. What big? I didn't like chemistry. So I was like, okay, what's closer? Okay, commercial courses. And then I remember then a lot of teachers came to counsel me. And you know, there's this ideology that when you're in commercial class, it's like, don't know good. So they tell me, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want? And I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. But then, so that was what led me to read the course I read. So I went into the finance field. But what led me to financial empowerment was actually after service. That's why this one is very special to me. This thing is actually special to me. Reason being that, okay, after service, mistakes, right? I remember the last month I took home after 1 year was 33K. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I remember I went to buy 2 wigs with the 33K that I had then, and then I still had small change, and I was running my ladies ministry, right? So I needed data always, and so at some point I had someone that was giving me data, and it was okay, at least she this data I need, and I'm in my father's house, because the plan was when you finish service you get job.
Yes.
I stayed 6 months at home. 6 months of a lot of experience. That 6 months was it's story, but it was a whole lot. And then I remember having to come back to that place where I had to ask my mom for even data. I remember days I had to use my mom's phone because of data, just so I can meet up with the weekly meetings we had. And so one of the things I made up in that season was I don't want people to also be in this place that I am. I don't want people suffer the way I did. So that was what actually led me into financial empowerment actually. So since then I just support myself, and luckily for me, 6 months down the line I got to Lagos. I didn't get my job first, in fact, but then at least I had something to sustain me for a while, and by December God blessed me with a great job, right? So, and then that's how the journey has been so far. But it was after service I knew that okay, I had to move into financial empowerment because come on, your girl is so shit. So that's my journey so far.
I can actually imagine because a number of I think core members are like, why am I saving out of this small 33k? What's there to save? I need to save my life first before saving. So I understand. In fact, me, I didn't even take anything no because though I was, but God have mercy. So the second question is, why do you think financial literacy is crucial for core members?
I think it's not just about being a core member only. I feel like it's something everybody should know. I even feel before you are 18, you should. You get like financial illiteracy is something you should be aware of, right? It's not really about being a core member or not being a core member, because a lot of people, when we talk about financial illiteracy, we are talking about the ability to be able to understand and manage your finances effectively, right, and efficiently. So I feel it's beyond being a core member safe. I feel like you're late already. I don't want a lot of people to make the same mistake I made, right? So financial literacy is something that is important to people. Like from when you're a teenager, I feel like it's something that parents should incorporate into their children, right, to learn about financial literacy. And it's so far so good. I think I've come about, let me say, out of 10 parents I've met, I think I've seen like 3 that's actually interested in that started training their children actually in financial literacy. So it's something that you should know even before you go for service, actually. But it's okay not to go. So it's one thing to want to know now and start implementing it. So I feel like okay, it's a thing that is very important. When we talk about financial literacy, we're talking about not just savings alone, we're talking about budgeting, we are talking about debt management, we're talking about investment, we are talking about financial risks. So it's broad. So it's something that people should actually be aware about. At least if you don't know anything, no budgeting, no savings, no investment, and no debt management. So it's important.
Very, very important. Thank you. So I hope that we all are learning. And if you have questions, I beg please drop them in the comment section. We want to hear your questions. We want to see them. We want to ask. Just ask. I beg. It is very, very important. This is about finances. It is about money. And when it comes to money, we don't joke with it. You know that even a 2-year-old child would never joke with money. So it is important for us to also drop our questions, and our guests will be able to answer us even after this session. Yes, I believe that she'll be able to answer us, and then I'll drop the link to our Facebook page for us to follow her. So the third question is, the allowance is just 33,000 naira. Though I think about last month it has been changed to 77k, but I don't know if they are now paid. They've started paying them the 77,000 naira, but at now, the allowance is 33,000 naira. So many core members say it is that it is too small. So it is too small to save. What is your take on that? Is it really too small to save, or it is possible for them to save even out of the 33,000 naira?
Okay, I feel the money is small. Imagine we started 2 years ago now, but you know how 33k was even then. Talk more of now, but then I feel like savings is, you must have plenty money to save, but that's totally wrong. It's okay to start saving 1,000. It's okay to start saving 2,000. It's okay to start saving 3,000. Nothing is too small. Actually, nothing is too small. You know, there is the 50, 30, 20, 10 rule. Most people used to feel, okay, no, I have to do this, I have to have that particular percentage. But I don't think so. So nothing is too small to save, no matter how little that money is. If you are actually like, if you put your mind to save, you can actually save, no matter how little. Just imagine you are saving, let's say 2,000 for example. So by the time you are ending service, you have saved like 24k.
Wow!
Like joke. So with that, maybe the last let's say 11 months, 22k. Then let's picture the 33k they may give you when you are doing your POP. That's 55k. So it's actually something. It's you that you are seeing it's not something, but a notion is not made in a day. That's what I used to tell people. You start from somewhere. It's as you keep incorporating it, it keeps expanding, and before you know, when they're giving you that lump sum, you'll be smiling. But then the process is actually difficult. But yes, it's not too small to save.
It's not too small to save. I think I remember someone saying when they were still paying, I think the 19.5. Some persons actually save out of that 19.5, and it's very similar.
Very true. I came across people that would tell me, oh, when they were collecting 19.5. I remember, I don't know whether it was on Facebook or on Instagram or on my WhatsApp status. I think it was my WhatsApp status, yes. One of the senior friends in the house, she actually posted her budgeting. She came across the book where she used to write her budget when she collected her allowance. Then she took a screenshot, then 19,500, and she was still saving. She was still saving.
This is one. So either it is 33k or not, you must learn to save. In fact, it must be in your blood. You just, even if you haven't started at all, it is not too late. You just have to start it. I mean, for you to be able to achieve anything, you need to start something. Just start. That is the word. Start. So the first question is, how should corp members budget wisely with such a limited allowance? How should they budget with wisdom?
Let me speak my mother's language. She will say, don't cut your clothes according to your size. Cut your clothes according to your material. So it's possible that, okay, you want a gown, but that material cannot cut a gown. My dear, if it's skirt, you can sew your skirt. So here is what I'm going to say. Everybody are not equal.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I made during my service year, right? So I'm the people person. So you see a lot of people, they are lavishing their money. You know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There is no alternative. My parents tried, right? Because I remember I felt sick a lot when I was serving, right? So I had to start taking bottled water, and then I think bottled water then was, I think it's in 1.5, and then imagine consuming like maybe 1.5 pack in a week. So imagine that aside from anything. But then luckily for us, we were paying this we're a family house, so we're paying this amount of money for feeding. My sister was also serving there. She was taking care of herself. She has to buy food stuff. And then I remember we used to go to the market together because our CDS was the same day and we were serving at the same state. So we'll go together to the market, and I will see when I'm just picking maybe all these beverages and just something to step up what we will be served in the house. She will still be buying rice, be buying granite oil, be buying all those things. So the thing is, you know where you're coming from. Budget according to where you're coming from. Don't be using the budget of person A. The mother is still spending her pocket money, or she has the side hustle she's doing, and then be comparing yourself with it. So here is what I would advise you to do. Let's say the 33k, for example, now for a corp member. So let's say you are staying alone, right? So if I was the one, if I'm in that shoe right now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my money. That 33k, I'm taking to half. That's 50%. So I'm going to take that's about 16,500. Yes, 16,500. I'm going to put 16,500. Maybe I'm a food person. Maybe I don't like to fast, for example. I'll take 16,500. Out of that 16,500, I can say, okay, this one is allocated for feeding. It's allocated for my needs. Yes, exactly. What are the things that I consider as my needs? So you are any 33k, want to wear clothes of 40,000. How now? How do you want to do it? So I'll take 50% for my needs. I'll have 20% for emergency. I can say 10%. I I'll take 10% from my savings, and then I still have, that's 50, 20, 10. I still have 20. That 20, I can manage it to buy my wants. So for something like, for example, now, my want, I started it this year. Actually, I started it this year. I only focus on one thing I want for a month. So maybe, for example, I want to buy shoe this month. I want to buy shoes. I want to buy this percentage for just shoe for the month of March. So if I want to start skincare, for example, I'll say, okay, in the month of March, I'm focusing on only skincare. It's not me that want to do skincare. I still want to buy heels. I still want to buy clothes. Pick one at a time. So if I'm the one, that's exactly what I'll do. So I have 50,000 naira for my needs. I have 20,000 naira for my wants. I have another 20,000 naira for emergency, and I have 10% for my savings.
Thank you for breaking it down for us.
Budget. That's how I'm going to budget my money. But in the case here, for example, let's say, for example, family house, for example, you're paying for feeding per month. So let's take, maybe they are paying, how much? 2,000 naira. Yeah, bridges for maybe 3,000 to 5,000 naira to top it up with what? Because some people may not be satisfied with what they have, right? So I'll take that 50, maybe 5,000 naira and use it to buy beverages. Like I need to top up whatever I've eaten in the morning or in the night, right? So let's say I still have about 21,000. That's like 33k. That's 12,000 remaining. So I'll save 2,000 naira. Then I have 10,000 naira. That 10,000 naira, I'll split it into two. 5,000 naira for emergency, and then 5,000 naira for my wants.
Amazing. Amazing. This is according to the 50, 20, 30 rule, right?
Yes.
And I actually still feel like this is not just for core members. Even a 9 to 5 person and a business person who can use this budgeting strategy. It is very, very important. Yeah. So, right about time, let us continue with the questions. I hope and believe that our audience are enjoying themselves, and also, if you have questions, please drop them in the comment section. It is important for you to ask question. It is very, very important. So okay, so the next question is what small but effective saving strategies can core members start using today? What small but effective saving strategies can core members start using today?
Okay, so I'll give 3.
Okay.
Right. 3. So the first one I'll give is have a low amount. So for example, now my company has this what we call insuso. It's a policy. So it's a saving policy. You save either, it's a 1-year policy. You can save, at the minimum is 1 year, but you can save more than. So we have this money where you say, okay, you fill in the form and say, okay, I want to be saving 10,000 every month, like every month, and then every month you just keep that money there. So me having, like for example, now this month I just stretch myself. I shared my last salary into half. I just throw 50% of my salary. I just fling it to that place. So the thing is, have a saving that, okay, and then there's something also that you can fill a form where it's called direct debit mandate. So in that situation, whenever on a particular day, let's say maybe your salary comes in 25th, so maybe on 25th you can say on 26th though, this company, your bank is allowed to debit you of 10,000 naira into custodian's account. That money is going in for your savings directly. So, and then Open now has also helped matter. So you can lock your money. So you can say, okay, deduct maybe 5% of so money that is in my account on this day, and automatically on that day it just goes out. So I would advise that form of saving, because most of the time if you say, don't worry, let it be in my bank account, you will not know where
everything.
Without that, once something can happen, you say, what will happen last? Let me just touch inside. From 1,000 naira, you touch 2,000 naira. Before you know, nothing is there. Right? So have this locked strategy. And then for me, for example, I have about 4 sources of savings. Right? So I save with my company. I do a job. Yes, people used to say, are you sure about this? I do a job. So a job is in such a way that, how do you people call it in English, please? I'm a single Nigerian girl. You see, I've forgotten there's a name they call it actually in English language. So it's where maybe a group of people come together and say, okay, let's be saving 10,000 naira, and then you now come this month and say, okay, me, I'm going to pick in January, or I'm going to pick in December. So if I'm wise as a youth corper, I'll pick the last month, maybe for that savings. Maybe let's say they started January, I'll pick like December. So imagine I've been saving 10,000. So by December, I'm going to collect 120,000 naira. Do you understand? So that one, it's going to help me, because that's another way I can get to save. Another thing is, you can save with somebody that you know. So save with them. So for someone like me now, my emergency savings is actually with my mom. That's where my 20% is. My mom's account, an account that she's not using. See, it's just an account that is there. So she was like, I was like, I need something, and then she's accountable to it. I cannot take money out of that account without her. So let's take, for example, now, before I can take any money, I must receive questioning. What do you want to use the money for? Okay, why do you think it's necessary? You get all these questions are questions you must scale through before you can answer. So that's why most of the time, if it's very quite urgent, I can just ask a friend, please, can you lend me so and so amount of money, and then I'll give you back on so day, because I want to avoid that question. Another thing is, when it comes to my emergency savings as well, I don't touch it until it is emergency. And once I touch it once that month, I'm not permitted to touch it again. So that's why if I'm going to take an emergency fund, I take enough that can sustain me for that emergency. I didn't just say, let me take this amount out, because it's that way it starts creating a level of indiscipline. I won't know when I'll start taking out of it over and over again. So that's another way. Then finally, investment. So for investment, for example, we'll go into that place, but let me just say, investment is also, I see investment as something that is important. So I saw somebody's status this morning, and the person said, say to invest to build wealth. And it's like, okay, because most people are saving, when they save, they now eat their money. It doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. Why did you now save? Any savings I do currently, like any big savings I do, my big savings, once it's ready to collect, I just divert it. So let's say, for example, now, the next one I'm going to pick very soon, I already know the investment I'm taking it into, and I've started it, in fact. So I'm just waiting for the balance, which is in that savings. Once I have it, it's going straight into that. So I mentioned 3. Number 1, have like maybe a OP account, for example, where a particular percentage of money is continually deducted from your account every month. So it's been locked up for the duration you've written it into. Most banks have incorporated it. I think that's one of the reasons I also opened Wema Bank. Yeah, I opened Wema Bank so that if I have any small change, I'll just fling the money there. So I've put it in such a way that I've programmed it that, okay, I can have access to this money on so and so date. Then another thing, and if possible, don't do the one that you'll be seeing on your phone every time. That's why I'm happy to do the one in my company, because no matter how pressure did, I know if you go my company say, please, I need the money. They don't want to hear story. It's a 1-year policy. You have to stay for 1 year. So second thing, if you have that's another clause to ajo. Ajo is not just people that will now run away your money. Now say, it's people that say you should do ajo. Please, let your ajo be with people that you know for sure there's integrity. You know that these people are people that you can continually access, not the one that when your money goes, go on voicemail. No, that's another clause you should take note. Then number 3, I said, is having money with people that you can be accountable to, people that they can have strong rules. When they say no, their no is no. So No matter how the thing is doing you, you cannot have access to that money. Then number 4, save to invest. So no matter how little it is, now there are investment of 5,000 euro. I think I started one again like that last week, just threw 5,000 naira there. And as at 2 days after when I checked it, I've earned 6 naira on it. It's small, but imagine how much that will incorporate in 1 year's time, or 2 years' time, or 3 years' time if I don't want to touch that money. Just 5,000. I need another one 2,000. So it's not all about, oh, I must have big money before I can start saving. No matter how small, you can save. So I hope it helps.
Especially that job part. Last, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, my junior sister was in this job group, and then I think the person ran away with their money. Oh, I think this girl was crying.
So that's it's like that story is very common. But do the one that you know that that cannot run away. For example,
some persons join online job too.
Yeah, but me, see, I don't want to. There's what we call risk appetite in finance. So there are some people that they are risk takers. There are some people that are risk averse. There are some people that are risk neutral. So in simple terms, risk takers are people that can take risks. Any risks they want to take them. People that do MMM, they want to jump on anything. They just want to for them. They want to take that. There are people that I can take risks but get limits, and they me I did. Then there are people that don't want to take the risk at all. So let's say yes. So if you are doing a job, do a job with people that you know they cannot do your money because they are structures. So for example, the I'm doing, Kosiba will say me salary. There is no way the person that can run it because it's not one person that is running it. But that's why it's company based. So there's no way you can run away with it because different people are doing different things, and these are people that I see every day. I know them, I support them. I think I even called the chairman yesterday that I noticed they removed this money. Hope is what I'm thinking is for. You understand? So these are people that you know if you sleep and wake up, you know that your money is safe. That's one that sleep with one eye and the second eye is God abeg. I won't advise you. I won't advise you. Even keep your money with somebody that you are confident that if you go back to that person.
What an amazing way to save. So she has broke it down for each and every one of us that savings, investments, further investment is very, very important. Don't just save to at the end of it spend it anyhow, lavish it on things that are not even important. But then you need to save to invest. Save towards invest. It has been an amazing journey. And then going forward, the next question is, okay, how can they avoid unnecessary spending and lifestyle, especially with peer pressure? People who want to be like, okay, me, I want to enjoy my life. Look at my friend, she's using this bag. Look at my friend, he's using this shoe. So how can they avoid unnecessary spending, especially when there is peer pressure?
Okay. The first thing is, what kind of people are you surrounding yourself? So one thing with is I had in family house that I need to don't throw money away recklessly. So I remember then I'll have with them, what do you want to do? What do you understand?
Yes.
They're able to give me for sure. Yes, the money was not enough. I'm not even like because I had my parents also send me money then, right? But then few years I have to do that we are able to spend. If you are in a circle where you are seeing a lot of people, you will know their story now. You will know that this is what is going on with this person, this is who this person is, this is who our father is, this is who so for someone like you now that you just have to take holding on to, you will not want to compare with somebody that is still collecting money from home, or somebody that is having a skill and they are aiming from that skill. So for me, I would say cut your coat according to your material, not your size, according to your material. So if okay, you want to feel among, like I said, have like something you want to focus for that month. So maybe for example, my clothes is outdated. Okay, I want to invest in my clothes for this month with so amount of money. That's why for me, I would advise if you are kind of person that you are easily carried away. I think when I started this job I'm doing, I remember I got to a stage where I was like, I want to dress like these people. I want to do this. You will just come into company, you want to dress like these people. And then I thank God, that's why I said you're circle. And then I thank God for the circle of colleagues that I call my friends. I remember one happening, I was not telling him that, this is what is going on. And he said, Favor. He started pointing out those people, telling me their story that I did not know. And I was like, are you serious? Really? So these people now, they don't even depend on this salary that that is what I'm depending on. So it gave me sense. So your association, the first thing I'll tell you is check your association. It means they are not in the right circle. If you have friends that cannot prompt you to do the right thing, but rather push you to be under pressure just to fit in, nah, you're in the wrong place, my dear. The second thing is, like I said, if you want to invest, if finally you still want to feel among, maybe you people used to go for outing every month, pick out that month I'll go outing, then next month I will not go. So that way you are still able to watch how you manage your funds. Then thirdly, I would advise, don't keep plenty money in your hand too much, because you know you're kind of person. So that's why I said, it's either you put your money in maybe a fixed place where you can take it in bits, or you have somebody that you trust, maybe your parents, your friends, or just somebody that you can trust to say, okay, please help me keep this money. Anytime I need this, do this to me, do that to me. Somebody that is firm, not somebody that you tell one thing, the person is already convinced. No, somebody that is very firm, somebody that is very, very firm. So I think those 3 tips will help you. Check out your association. If you have to change it, my dear, change it, because you are definitely in the wrong place. Second thing, pick one thing you want to spend on for that month. Third thing, look for somebody that don't keep too much money with you, because trust me, you will spend everything, and if possible you will borrow so that you can fit in. So I hope this helped whoever is in that show.
Okay, so we need to speed things up because of time. So the next question is, we know that saving is great. I mean, it is so great, it is important, it is necessary, but some core members feel like the allowance isn't enough. Is it realistic for them to start a side hustle? Is it realistic for them to start a side hustle? And do you even feel that it is every one of them that needs to start a side hustle?
Okay, so side hustle, I stand with you 100%. But then, do you think everybody? I would say no. So let me start this way. Let me enter into investment small. So the first investment I like to give people is investing in yourself. Right? So I remember then in the house, I started one business. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
I started one material business. That business, I could capital from my mommy. I can still remember that woman. Oh my God, I owe her a lot. I started that business. Miss money that okay, mommy, I'll be refunding you. I even had book I was writing with, but the first one I took, I didn't take another one. I didn't take another one again. Reason being that okay, the money was not coming forth at some point. 1, 2, I had a lot of people wanting to buy, but they wanted to buy and pay later. So these are business things. So if you want to go into side hustle, these are things you have to look into. But then there were people in the house that were very lucrative, right? There were people that were aiming very well with their side hustle. Yeah. So for me, yes, if you know you are good at something, let's say for example, you know how to cook, or you know how to I know this. Okay, let me even be practical. I know this girl that came in after I finished serving. No, but yes, after I finished saving, I met her on LinkedIn though, and I've been following her on LinkedIn. Then when she was posted to Niger State, I was like, oh, that's where I served too, and all these things. And then they posted her to the barrack, and I was very familiar with the barracks as well because I had few friends in the barracks, and then we usually go for Bible study in the barracks as well. And then this girl, do you know she still stays in Niger State and she's earning well? She's not working. She's doing now. What was that business? Do you know she started farming in barracks?
Like farming?
Yes, farming.
Wow.
In fact, she has video where her fellow corps members, she will put them to the farm. All of them will farm together. Then when they have their produce, to take it to the market and sell. And then she started doing this thing of, you know how Niger State is a northern state, and most northern states have a lot of agricultural production. So she started she was from the eastern part of Nigeria. She started taking those produce to eastern part. So she will go into their market for food and buy things in bags and resell it to people in that side. That's still in Niger State though, and that's the business she's doing. Wow. Till now. Then she side also. Yes, you can do it if you know you're capable. If you know and you are good. Yes. But if you know that, okay, maybe for example you don't, that is a very good place to learn a skill. A very good learning skill. Also, I remember then that's where I started my professional, that's where I registered for my professional exams. Thank God for people like maybe Stephanie that even told me heads up that okay, Nigerian Institute of Management is giving discount for coming. Today now I'm a person from that Nigerian Institute of Management, and I started money. I wrote the exam with small money, like about 20% of the money of the entire money to write the exam. So now later I had to pay to become a chartered. I had to now pay another money, right? So by then at least I started working. Then I took it up again and finished it up. So these are small. If you know that, okay, and I think I learned digital marketing, but I don't say I never use that skill, like digital marketing and content creation. I learned it through side hustle. There's an internship called side hustle, and then I paid for their and then I remember my roommate to then completed the course. So if you know that, okay, side hustle is not your thing, you want to go into career, you can invest in your invest in your career. If it's something that you will learn to give you another source of income, it's something. Thank God, technology has made a lot of things easier. You can learn a lot of things now online.
Yes.
Without stressing.
Even on YouTube.
Exactly. Even on YouTube. So if you are good in maybe fashion designing, what is there if you are saying that really small? Yes, you might think that the money is small, but nothing is sharp coming in.
Yes.
So yes, I stand big on them. That is 33K. It's small. It's small. Even me, I know it's small. But then at least if they have a skill alongside, you can help them patch up and grand balance. Like a lot of people in the house have skills. You said you saw how they live life. So yes, I feel like skill is an important thing to invest in. And then thank God there's side center. Me said I did food processing inside, and it was cheap. So these are little things that you feel you are taking it for granted. There was bag making, and then people were eating from it. So these are things you feel, what do I need it for? Oh my dear, you need it. You need it. So learn a skill. You could even say, let me be volunteering during my service year. From that volunteering, you are catching one or two things that will serve as a source of income for you after service year. So I used to tell people, don't just think of what you are going to enjoy now. Look into the future. 2 years time, 4 years time, what can you gain from this thing? That the first investment you ask me, I'll tell you invest in. That's like my number one investment. Type of investment, self-investment, invest in yourself. Service year, take out time. You have side hustle skills. Awesome. Please use it very well. Thank God, social media is there now for you to push yourself out there. Push yourself out there. For one client, before you start pushing you to 2 clients, before you do 10 clients, before you do 20 clients. And once you are good, you are good. We attract people, definitely, because nobody really wants to
I hope we are all learning. No, please drop your question in the comment section. I beg. Want to see your comments. Comments under the section. Comment, please. We want to see your questions. Do you have questions? Do you have questions? I beg. Please drop your questions in the comment section. Even after this session, we'll be answering your questions. Yes, please drop them in the comment section. So, what are some beginner-friendly investment options for young professionals? Either as a corp member, a 9 to 5 person, even a business person too.
Someone there a lot, but I'll still come back to risk appetite. Know your appetite for risk. So let's take for example, you're a risk seeker. It's fine. But here's what I used to do: risk seeker. Put money that if not anything happen, you will not cry or they will not be drawing your trousers to police station. Go with small amount. You understand? Don't start with gold. Put money that you can easily forget in case anything happen. Not the one that is your life savings or you have to be finding out to do. Risk neutral. It's okay to be neutral. It's okay to be cool, right? And then okay, you don't want to take risks at all. See, life is a risk. Last. Even to wake up alive is a risk. So I don't know why you want to just deny yourself that place of taking the risks, right? Be a risk taker. That's my advice to you. But they are friendly. They are friendly. They are friendly ones to take. So like I said, my company is the one. So if you're interested, you can. And you know we're an insurance company also, by the way. So in case anything happens to you, so let's say for example our savings, for example now, there is a sum assured, which is also called known as life cover. So and that although that will give me a certain age, because since we are all young professionals, so you can take life cover. So life cover is in such a way that let's take for example you are saving with us, even if it's let's say 5K, that's 60,000 naira. If anything happens to you, maybe you have accident or what could be person die, they are going to pay you 250,000 naira. Whether you have paid for 6 months or you were consistent with your savings, so not that okay, now spending 10,000, now came back in 6 months. When you work time, you have to be consistent with your savings, and then anything happens, because you definitely have where you put your beneficiaries and the percentage of how you want money to be distributed among the beneficiaries. The beneficiary is entitled to the sum of 250,000. You take like you save 60k. That's if you even save up to 50k before that thing happened. So you see how much is coming in. So another thing is piggy vests are amazing. They have one of the eye-catching interest rates, right? Yes. So and then they have another one they call Investify. Yes, Investify is their investment part, where I think you get at least 25% return. I think maximum is 25%. So you can invest in that as well. And thank God, people are now starting investment with 2,000, 5,000. You must have 1 million to start investment. I saw somebody status. The person was advertising real estate, and I saw people. You can even start paying for land 5,000, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. At least in 4 years, the person have land, and you are saying, what can you do with 5K? Just imagine, by 4 years. Know how much that land will have accrued, and then you are comfortable. So that's another thing. Real estate, like I said, you have most real estate organizations to now have been able to come down to people that are aiming low earners. So they have been able to come down a bit to see how these guys can also invest. Then crypto too is also one of the but here's my own disclaimer for crypto. You must have the don't just say, Bitcoin, let's put that one there. Look for people that are experts in this field, right? Don't say, okay, the experts. I think I had this friend from back at home, then I'll tell you that, see, I don't want to learn crypto. Me, I want to give you the money, then you do the trading. You say no, I cannot do that with I'm still in university then. I'll tell him that I can this thing looks hard, don't worry, I don't want to learn, I'll not stress you. Just let's do you understand? Crypto is something that really making me
Well,
but look for
you
it.
must have the knowledge about it.
We don't just say people used to learn once they learn one thing, they think they know it all.
Yes.
Okay.
It's something that you need to consistently learn, and also look for probably a mentor to mentor you in that area, because crypto is a risky sector.
Yeah, for risk takers, people that are by risk taking, I was not in it. So that's another one. Stocks, yeah, stocks, and stocks too is very big too. I think last year GT was doing their own at how much? It was less than. It was less than. It was less than 10 naira for per stock. But then you have to have like 5,000 naira to invest to a certain unit of stock. So stock is something you can just throw your money in. You understand? Like more money that you have, just you put it there and then just leave it there. It's not money that you will now go and be checking every 5 seconds to expect that it will go just right. Another thing again is people in dollar, like they change their money into dollar and then invest in other stock investment. So for that one, I think I came across one 2 weeks ago and I saw that it was $15. Like I don't have to $15 to trade me like that now. So let me hold up for a while. But I know I'll definitely do it. I think that one there is Baboon. I've heard of Baboon. I've heard of Rise Invest. I've actually checked up Rise Invest and they are cool. But that one is also a bit high, so I won't recommend it if you don't have the money, right? So the thing I'll say is stock, then maybe real estate if you can do it, it's fine, and then savings. Okay, yes. So that was one I tried out last week. I just spent 7K there. So just get their app, open it, create your account, and then you can go into investment. They'll ask you, there's even a question of what kind of person are you, so that they'll give you the one that fits you, what kind of person. And I was really impressed about that, right? So I think I did more trades, and then I decided to do all the high mix. I did high mix, so that high mix, I just put in like 2K to start. Let me see how that 2K goes. So that if anything happens, mine goes to you understand. But then I had another one that was moderate, and I also put in some cash there. So that at least let's see how it goes. You understand? So when you're starting investment, put money that you can let go. Because I can't tell you fully. I remember real estate, for example, I did my research. I had this friend too that was like, she's going to go there, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. So you can use 2 beds and 1 stone to keep 2 beds, and let me check out my right. So real estate is also something you can do, and then it has gotten a lot easier. Like I said, most of the corp organization don't do you have to pay at once. You can split it into months, you can split it into years. So that thing is something you can do also as well. Then, like I said, self-investment can never. There's no month I don't do that. Like there's no month I don't look into self-investment. And as you keep going, it keep getting more expensive. But trust me, it's worth it. So I hope this helps you. I'm sorry for talking too much.
No. It's actually necessary, especially for somebody that is just starting. So the best thing is, the first thing she said is, invest with, the money that within our friendly options for passing with money that that you will not really, paying you like that. So just start with what you have, even if it's 2K, 3K, but it might not really paying you, even if you don't really have, if the outcome is not fruitful at the end, but then it is still necessary for you to try your luck and do something amazing for yourself. So we have 2 questions left for our guests before this live session comes to an end. But then if you have questions so far, please drop your questions in the comment section. We really, really love to answer your questions. It is even important. I mean, this is about money. So ask questions, I beg. Nobody wants to, part with their money and all, but it is important for you to drop questions, ask questions, and I tell you that our guests will surely answer you. In fact, I will drop our Facebook handle link later for you to follow her, and probably you can then ask your any questions that you want to ask from her. So the next question is, as a certified spiritual life coach, how does faith and financial principle work together? How do they work together?
Yeah, it's an advantage. That's what I was saying. It's an advantage. If you know God, you have faith. Oh,
Yeah.
it's an advantage you have over people that don't. So let me use it for you. I don't know whether it makes sense what I'm about to say. Let me use it. So I remember then I was 7, there was this day, I needed money, but I didn't want to call home.
Mm.
Right. So I remember I just said the word of prayer. And the next day, my mommy I just saw an alert from my mom. Said, okay, oh, God, thank you. And then I didn't know there was a story to it. So when she called me, she was like, Papa, Eleni can send the was here. That was how she said. My dad was the one that asked her to send me the money. That my dad had a dream and saw me saying, I need money. I need money. Send me money. I say, God. Is this how you do this thing? Oh my God. So sometimes God is trying to save you from debts that are necessary. So I feel like faith and finance go hand in hand. So let's take, for example, people that are into investment. So you are praying to God, and then God can say, oh, do this. I remember listening to this, one of my favorite public speaker that I do listen to currently, and he was saying there was his friend that he was praying one day, and God said, you know what? All your money you have in your bank account, change it to dollars. Then dollars was not high. Dollars was still around, let's say 500, 400. And then he did. And then 4 years down the line, imagine how much that guy earned after he changed all his money into dollars. So I feel like when you involve God, God is the Alpha and the Omega. Do you understand that? That's one thing I feel most people don't understand. Like you already know the end from the beginning that's where you are. So imagine you talking to that kind of God, having faith in that kind of God. He will always tell you things to come. Like he will always tell you things to come. I was listening to someone recently, and the person was saying something, and I said, Jesus, I need to try this thing out. I sense that this thing this guy is saying 3 years time I stand. So I see faith as an advantage over other people that don't. So it goes hand in hand. There are sometimes you want to do some things and the Holy Ghost will tell you, don't do this thing. Shift back, and you'll be like, no, but God. Because I remember this friend I told about, I told her, see this real estate too. I've never felt this peace. I said, don't worry. Me said before I advise you to do it, I prayed about it and I was sure about it. So I feel like that's the advantage we have, right? The Bible says the labor of a fool beware them. Who is a fool? A fool is just a person that just feel like he's using his own understanding to navigate life without involving the owner of the life, and that's his life. So, my dear, faith is an advantage over your finances. So there are sometimes you have to pray, God, I have this money, what should I use it for? Even sometimes when you want to get something, the Holy Ghost will say no. I remember I was battling with, oh, I need this, I need that, and the Holy Ghost said, write all of them out. So I did. After I wrote them out, I began to slash some things that they are not necessarily what I need now. Just because I feel like I should have it, I want to have it. And I began to slash them down. I began to slash them down. And then when money came, the Holy Ghost said, do this immediately. I was telling one of my colleagues, I said, I'm glad I did that thing exactly, because I would have, if I waited 1 hour, I would have done.
So, what's one powerful money habit every core member should start practicing? Even either you're a core member or not, as a business person, as a young professional, what is one money habit everyone should start practicing?
I know you asked for one, I'll give you
All
two.
right.
Just take it as my bonus.
Jara, extra.
Number one, invest in yourself. Like you know what you want to do. Even like I used to say, core members should know what they want to do after service. So it's not be like you now get home. And I remember when I got back from service, the first question my dad asked me and my sister was, "What's the next step?" And I told him mine. My sister told him her own, and then my dad was like, He didn't really agree with me at first, but later he had to say that, oh, this girl is serious, so, and then he let me go. Right? So you know what you want, invest in yourself towards that thing you want to be, maybe in 4 years' time, in 5 years' time. Don't just stay there and feel like, oh, it's just service here. No, there is more to service here. Start small. Do you understand? Invest in yourself. That's what I'll say. Second thing is save, no matter how little. Because it's not everybody that is, oh, it's POP, my job is coming right immediately, that will actually get job right immediately. Some people will still stay longer. Some people will stay for a few months. Some people will stay for a year. Some people will stay more. So having something to lay your bed with after service is important. And then don't be in a haste to make decisions after service and say, okay, I have this money, let me just quickly. Parabale. I used to tell people whenever I'm telling them about investment, before you take that investment step, go and sleep over it and wake up again. Don't say, let me do it sharp. Because when you sleep over it, it will be whether there's what we call emotional boosters, have that financial emotional boosters, where you just want to make based on your emotions for that period, you just want to take some financial decisions just like that. So sometimes you have to, when you sleep over it, your body would have calmed down, so your eyes too will be clear to know whether this is the right decision to make or not. So I hope these two things is what you exhibit: save and then invest in yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I really, really appreciate your coming to this live session to, share this knowledge, share this wonderful lessons, especially regarding money. It is an amazing thing. I am so grateful, and I am very sure that if those people that joined learned one or two things, and I believe that they will start after the section. They might actually, message you or drop some questions under the comment section for you. So I'll be passing them across to sending them to you, and then also sharing your link to your page for them. Thank you so very much for joining. Thank you.
Thank you too, and I apologize for the overtime.
No, no,
Because I know the time that happened to us
no.
there. But thank you so much. I'm glad to be here, and I really enjoyed myself. I look forward to what people will learn from this. I really hope one or two people out there. So thank you so much. I sincerely am coming up publicly to say thank you for the honor. Thank you for the privilege. I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to coming here again. In fact, so I've invited myself.
You. You are very sure that by then, for the number of persons would have actually implemented one or two things that you said, and there will be testimonials, a lot of testimony for even others too, to for that will make others want to join and also start messaging you, investing on investment and those things. So by God's grace, you surely come back.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too. Have a nice day.
All right, bye.
Thank you. So, thank you to everyone that joined the live session. Thank you. I appreciate you all. And who is the next person that I will be bringing on my next live session? Stay tuned. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again. God bless you. Have a good and nice day ahead of you. Bye bye.